Hello, Region Niners, and welcome to the IAEM Region 9 Region Talk podcast, where we talk all things emergency management and emergency management adjacent for your listening pleasure and for sharing and connecting and having that network of professionals and having a platform on which to share it with. So thank you so much for joining us today. We are getting pumped as it is that time, literally around the corner this weekend. We are kicking off the IAEM-USA Annual Conference here in Region 9 in Long Beach, California. So a quick little thing, a little introductional for teaching and educational purposes. Before we get into some of our more Region 9 specific material, I do want to read this little nugget about our network, our opportunity for project management. So there is a course that is being offered for Region 9ers, and it was hosted by Region 9 as well as the Orange County Bishop Security Detail. And they are having a course for emergency management and how to involve project management into our day-to-day. There are so many times in which what we really do is the management of projects and of people and programs. And so having that little nugget of project management in our back pocket for educational purposes is a plus in our hat. Alrighty, so we've got a few guests here today. We're going to talk about the annual conference. So let's get to it. Welcome, Troy Lutrick and Jorge Rodriguez. Yay! Did you dance?
Was that part of the memo?
Are you excited for the annual conference?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Be there on Sunday, starting on Sunday.
Jorge, what about yourself?
Yeah, and matter of fact, looking so much forward to it that I'm in Long Beach already in the hotel room, getting ready to go to pre-con tomorrow for a few of the classes that were offered as part of the annual conference registration. So looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing everyone.
So now we're reporting live from the annual conference already. Look at you, ahead of the game, Jorge. Jorge, since you're there already, do you want to share with our listeners what there are networking opportunities for Region 9?
Sure, and you know we're doing this as a region, hosting this as a region for not just region members, but also open to anybody coming to the annual conference on Tuesday, November 8th. Starting at 6 o'clock, again on Tuesday at 6. Join us over at the Dubliner. We'll have a lot of camaraderie, networking activities, and be able to just gather in a special place here in Long Beach, be able to take in some of the local sights and sounds. But also just have that opportunity to connect and have that camaraderie and a little fun too. You know, as we're here in Long Beach, kind of doing this as a community.
It really comes down to that networking component, and it's a benefit for all Region 9ers that now the annual conference, this year the annual conference is in Region 9. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah, indeed. So again, Tuesday, November 7th from 6 to 9 at the All de Dubliner here on South Pine Street in Long Beach. See you there.
Now, Jorge, is this what number of conference would this be for you? So is this your first time going to the conference?
This will be my second time coming to the IAEM conference, and the first was in 2019 when it was in Savannah. And had a lot of fun, met a lot of good folks there who I still keep in touch with today. So looking forward to seeing them. And that's the opportunity about the annual conference. You're able to see folks from all over the United States, and even some who come internationally. So looking forward to that. So as the second conference here, first time in Long Beach, but still have a little bit of the ins and outs as part of the conference committee as well. So being involved in that.
Very neat. So thank you then as a part of the conference committee for developing such an awesome conference. We're really anticipating it. So far, I've been to 3 myself, and the conference committee really puts on a great production. Troy, how many conferences have you attended?
You know, I was just thinking about that. I think maybe this is my 5th or 6th. I know I've been to Savannah, I think 3 times. So yeah, probably 5 or 6, I'm going to guess.
Very nice. And I know that usually we have, as a newcomer or as a new first timer to an attendee, there are some jitters in getting out. Are there any tips that you both can provide to new attendees to the conference?
Well, I'll start, because I remember having those jitters, you know, showing up, and you feel like you're around your peers, and you might need to, you know, present some particular way. We really, you know, we're all in the same spot. We're all trying to do the best job that we can and learn our craft and learn our profession and get to know the people that are around us. So just walk up and say hello to someone, introduce yourself. You know, we're going to start a conversation, and we all have similar values and conversations and concerns to talk about. So just don't be afraid to do that. And, you know, if everybody just sticks around and only talks to the people they already know, then they really have probably lost an opportunity to meet someone new and learn how somebody else might do things. So that'd be my recommendations. Jorge?
And yeah, just to kind of similar to Troy, you know, having that networking opportunity, open up, connect, have some business cards ready. If you have business cards, make sure you bring a pretty neat stack to give away. You know, like I mentioned, yeah, in Savannah, I met a few folks who I still keep in touch with, and I know that they're going to be here for the conference. And having those connections, because even though we have those same similar interests, you know, the different regions that we're coming from, the different states, the way things are done in other areas might be outside the box, and that's just something that you're looking for your home agency. So that having that opportunity to connect and network and get to know other people who come from those different areas, you know, it makes it that much more valuable for emergency management.
I will say that the passing of the business cards was definitely something that I found a lot of value in. Even when starting out as aspiring and emerging, didn't really have a business card per se to start sharing around. So I definitely went over to the Kinko's and got me some personalized business cards at the minimum, right? Get your name out there, start shaking some hands. Thank you.
And to also, you know, if I could eat some more QR code with LinkedIn, they have that option as a feature on LinkedIn. So if you haven't already built your profile, build it this weekend before you come over. Have it ready so you can just point and shoot and connect on social as well.
That's a great point. And I know there's so many other activities that are happening just as a part of the conference schedule. And I know that all the committees are having their own separate meetings. There are also meetings for each region. And I know, Troy, you've got some information about the general membership meeting.
Yeah, thanks for that. We'll get together as a region, Convention Center room number 104. And, you know, that's where you're going to get to be face to face with the rest of us. And we hope that you show up. There is a virtual option if you can't make it to the conference. We will set up an owl and give you the link, and then you'll be able to at least participate in the process from a distance. But we hope everybody can be there, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the conference.
Well, hopefully we can go ahead and get out another newsletter into your inbox. Apologies for spamming, but we've got to make sure that you understand that it's in Region 9. The annual conference is in Region 9, and we're super excited. I think it's kind of already mentioned in the fact that we've been spamming your emails, but we are so excited over here that all IAEM-USA members, international members, are here in Region, or will be coming to Region 9, if not already, or ahead of the game for the pre-conference, but are coming here for Region 9, to Region 9 for the annual conference for IAEM-USA. Now, I do have one question, more conversational style. I know that we've been dropping some points of reference for networking opportunities and meetings and get-togethers and other opportunities for Region 9 members. But I was also wondering, is what value do you see in attending these types of conferences? Aside from the sharing your card during the blue skies and networking, what other component do you find value within the IAEM Annual Conference?
So I'll give you my input, Ismar, on. I really like to, meet folks from other areas, even, whether it's our region or a different region, but to kind of present, just naturally, we're going to present our challenges, right? And have a conversation with other folks and say, well, how have you handled this in the past? And for so many years, we all talked about COVID because that was a major impact to us. But now that we're back to some sort of normalcy, it's really nice to be able to talk about other things that we kind of had to set aside for so long. So I'm actually on the other side of the country, on the other coast. I've been teaching over here all week, and even though I'm instructing, I'm having so many conversations with the students and the people and talking about how they do it here, right? And that to me is really the value. I mean, it's kind of an extension of the networking comments. But if you don't network, then you don't get to talk about solutions and problems and challenges and really kind of get other people's opinion. And every time I do that, I'm enlightened to something that I hadn't thought about that I take home with me. So that's the value to me.
All right.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be, throughout the week, there's going to be a lot of opportunity, and there'll be a lot of different sessions that are going to be hosted and presented on different topics that are going to be of interest. So if there's something that you're working on or you see that is coming down for your home jurisdiction and for your agency, popping into those presentations, a lot of good information being shared. Case studies, how-tos, best practices, experiences that we've gone through. A lot of presenters are going to have the opportunity to share their knowledge, and we are able to learn from them and kind of use those tidbits and use those little how-tos back at home. It's something that I did in 2019, and definitely again looking forward to it here. So with over, I think the last count may have been over 2,000 members coming to Long Beach here for the week next week. It's going to be really exciting and a lot of good opportunity to have that information sharing.
Information sharing is definitely a big key component of our work, of how we operate in emergency management. And Troy, I think you really nailed it home with our shared difficulties in just wanting to collaborate to find some type of resolution, whether it be a resolution of our own, of our peers, if we can help. And I think that's what drives us, is the helping nature and collaboration that really provides that value. Thank you, gentlemen, both for sharing on that one. That was really deep. Well, I know, Jorge, you're already there, and Troy and I still have to travel over there. So do you have any travel tips of going to the conference? Do you pack up on anything specific? Did you purchase anything specific?
Nothing specific, because I had it all ready for this conference. But if you have any IAEM memorabilia, you can bring that with you. I'll have my lapel pin for the CEM. If you have something from your home agency, correct me if I'm wrong. I saw something on Wednesday about wear your logo day for the conference. So if you have your branded attire, make sure you bring something and wear it on Wednesday to participate in that wear your logo day activity. There's a lot of them. If you're flying straight into Long Beach, that's awesome. That's great. If you're coming in from LAX or some of the other surrounding airports, do travel safe and be patient. That's going to be the name of the game, especially coming in over the weekend. Just be patient.
True that. And then Southern California traffic. Being patient is the name of the game. Troy, with your 5 conferences in, do you have any learned lessons or tips of the trade when it comes to packing for the conference in regards to either travel or the hotel stay?
Well, obviously we just need to remind people of, safety things. So, be aware of your surroundings, know where you're going, map yourself out. Those sorts of things are obviously important. My case, it's easier for me to drive to Long Beach than it is to fly. Even though it's a long drive from Arizona, it's still shorter than dealing with the airport on both ends and those sorts of things. So if you're going to drive, right, it's in our region this time. If you're going to drive and you're close by, then obviously just plan out your day safely and make sure you travel well and people know where you are. And if you have any issues, reach out to one of us and we'll do what we can to support you. The only other thing is I always tend to overpack, right? We care that you're there, not really as much as what you wear or look like, so to speak. But I hope I'm not stealing the thunder here. But just a reminder, everybody, that headshots are going to be available. So bring something that you'd want to be seen in a headshot with. So I'll be bringing probably a suit and a nice shirt at the very least. So those are my
Very
recommendations.
nice. Definitely not stealing any thunder, and that's really good recommendation, because even having some type of dress attire is good, because we have the banquet, which is a more formal affair for those who are walking the stage and who we congratulate for awards and on their certification as well. Definitely looking forward to that. And there will be another newsletter going out for the details as to the headshots of what Troy had mentioned in regards to the Dubliner that Jorge talked about for the networking opportunity, as well as the membership meeting. And we're also going to provide the notes for the Bonanza basket. Jorge was telling us about bringing your swag for those who are in Region 9, all of our Region 9 members. Bring your swag for the Bonanza basket. So then we can have a live auction of all of our things, have them be the swag from your agency or anything that represents us as a region, so we can have our auction. And Suzette will be coordinating all of those. So if you have not already, we'll drop her contact into the newsletter, our next newsletter, so that you will be able to find her at the conference. Alrighty. I actually wanted to share one bit that I learned, because I need coffee in the morning, and I already made my call to the hotel that I'm staying at to see whether they have Keurigs. That's my tip, because I like to go shopping for my specific creamer because I need the coffee in the morning. All right.
Indeed.
Right? It's like, it is a requirement. Coffee
I'm going to
is
get through the week. Yep.
Go ahead. What?
If I'm going to get through the week, yep, coffee is going to be necessary.
Yep, that's as true as fact as ever. All right, gentlemen, any other tips that we can provide for our listeners who are getting ready for the annual conference?
The only other tip I would tell people is, make sure you dress appropriately. Obviously, the weather's very nice there. Most of the hotels and the things that are going on are nearby. It's very close walking distance in most cases, and there's plenty of things to see. And it's obviously, right off of the beach. So, plan for a little fun and relaxation while you're there also.
Indeed, bring the walking shoes. It's going to be in the 70s if I saw correctly. So perfect weather. And also don't forget about November 7th, the Tuesday, over to Dubliner, as Isamar was saying. Looking to see you there.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on this podcast discussing IAEM Region, because Region 9 welcomes the IAEM-USA Annual Conference to the area, to Region 9. And just giving our appreciation to our listeners, to Brian behind the scenes at Sitch Radio, as our producer of these podcasts, the Region 9 of the Region Talk podcasts, And you can definitely find any of us over at the conference for the duration of the conference. Conference is everywhere. It's like part of the vocabulary this week. But thank you so much to our listeners. Thank you to Brian Desich Radio. Thank you to all of our members. Thank you to IAEM. Gentlemen, again, thank you. And keep on rocking Region 9. We appreciate you.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.